between I think majority like Mexicans and the black community. And I just have to say to my Mexican people who are asking why the black people are not like protesting with us or whatever, why would they? 92% of their women voted for Kamala. 80% of their community of men voted for Kamala. 60% of Latinos voted for Kamala. And I believe the majority were women and the majority were Mexican. But that number is crazy, considering that Hispanics and Latinos are becoming the fastest growing minority. Like, we are going to be the majority soon. And it's crazy for me to think that number was so fucking low. And now you're asking where the black community is when they're the ones who tried to avoid this. Hello? They tried to avoid this. We all tried to tell you guys. Even within my own community, I'm talking to you guys because I did the work. And I know other Latina.
Many Latinos racist against black people? Good question. So first of all, let me start by acknowledging that's the truth. And anyone that says otherwise is not helpful in this whole conversation. Like white people saying, I don't see color. Secondly, race is just a construct that was invented by European people intended to divide us, which they successfully managed to do. And unfortunately, just like many other purposefully marginalized communities, we play along exactly.
A lot of conversation around why black people are not helping the Latin American community with all of the triumph that they've encountered due to this administration. And to be honest with you, black people have an agenda this administration. We focusing on ourselves, we focusing on our families, we focusing on our community, and we focusing on our relationship with God. I've been seeing a lot of
Shalom, Jake, shalom. And that meant me and my wife was talking because my wife, she can pass for Latino, okay? And her father was Irish. Her mother was from the islands or something like that. And we was talking about our grandson. He may have to walk around with papers because now they're just snatching people up. And see, you tribes, they keep looking at yourself as brown and black. You the problem. You are the problem because you refuse to accept the truth. Okay? So we're going to get some scriptures and we're going to get into this. I'm going to tell you about this dream that I had about Trump. Second Esdras 9 verse 8. Shall be preserved. Hold on. Forgive me, Jake. Second Esdras 9 verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. The Most High ain't dealing with black and brown people. He's dealing with Israelites. Yeah, we come in all different shades and colors. Yeah, the bulk of them is going to be Negroes, Latinos, and natives. But they're going to come from everywhere. Okay? This is why you're supposed to try the spirit. Second Esdras 9 verse 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. Let's get into this. Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawa Shah, Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawa Shah, Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah, Call Halal, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Bashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I believe those are the prophets. Shalom and salutation to those that teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times. Now, while you got all these jakes cutting up, carrying on, acting a damn fool, going after each other, brown and black people, okay, we keep warning that you are actually Israelites. Fine, you don't want to listen? The judgment is getting ready to commence real soon. Real soon. I don't know if any of you Jake seen that movie Knowing with Nicolas Cage. Remember how he kept finding out more and more, and it just got more and more ominous as he kept finding out about more and more things. And then all of a sudden, death was upon the planet. I feel like how he feel right now. Except I'm not reading the numbers. I'm reading the scriptures. It's getting ready to get crazy out here. And these jakes are all pointing their fingers at each other. Instead, they should be asking the Most High to have mercy on them, but they not. Now, you know, a lot of jakes know Donald Trump always praised Andrew Jackson, right? And people say, oh, well, they're not related. Fine. But I did find some strange things out. So before I get into this dream, we're going to let a little bit of this play. And then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you some things.
Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States, was a hard-partying, hard-fighting, hard-crazy, ugly son of a bitch who took the highest office in the land because he felt like it. What were you gonna do, stop him? He'd like to see you try. When he wasn't busy shaping the presidency as we know it today, you can find Jackson out behind the White House dueling. The number of duels that he took part in varies, depending on what source you consult. Some say 13, while others rank that number somewhere in the hundreds, both of which are entirely too many times for a reasonable human being to voluntarily stand in front of someone who is shooting at them. On one occasion, Jackson challenged a man named Charles Dickinson to a duel. The reason behind it wasn't important, not to us, and certainly not to Jackson. Jackson was even kind enough to give Dickinson the first volley. Dickinson happily obliged and shot Jackson, who proceeded to shake it off like a bee sting. When Jackson returned the favor, Dickinson wasn't so lucky, and that's why his face isn't on the 20. Andrew Old Hickory Jackson ran for president in 1828. If you're wondering how he got such a lame nickname, it's because he used to carry around a hickory cane and beat people senseless with it. And if you're wondering why he did that, it's because he was a fucking lunatic. Despite the best efforts of his opponents, the justice system, and whatever force balances the tenuous order of the universe, he succeeded. Jackson's first act in office was to throw a huge party, less of a civilized celebratory gala and more of a political Burning Man. More than 20,000 people showed up for his inaugural open White House, during which the crowd got so rowdy that Jackson himself was forced to sneak out a window. It wasn't until someone had the bright idea to place tubs of whiskey on the White House lawn that Jackson was able to sneak back into the House and actually start being president. Jackson's presidency wasn't all Animal House style shenanigans, however. He was also the first president on whom an assassination attempt was made. It was Richard Lawrence III who, in a futile attempt to out-crazy Jackson, believed he was the rightful king of England and that murdering Jackson would secure his claim to the throne because, according to Lawrence, Jackson killed his father in 1832, even though Lawrence's father had never been to America and actually died in 1823. Either Jackson could kill through space and time, or Lawrence is simply the kind of crazy we just don't make anymore. He attacked Jackson while attending a funeral, brandishing 2 pistols, both of which misfired. Jackson then turned and calmly proceeded to beat Lawrence to near death with his cane until the president's aides pulled him off the would-be assassin. If you're thinking that Lawrence's guns misfired because he lubricated them with rabbit's blood or something else crazy, they were inspected afterwards and determined to be in perfect working order. We're pretty sure that the bullets, like everyone else, were just scared of Jackson. The legacies of many great men are measured by the words of profound wisdom they leave us. Andrew Jackson is no different. Upon reflection of his life and works, he was quoted as saying, "I have only 2 regrets. I didn't shoot Henry Clay, and I didn't hang John C. Calhoun." That's right. In a life rich with national partying and spontaneous murder, Jackson's only regret was that he didn't kill quite enough people. People like Calhoun.
Now, didn't they say hang Mike Pence? Let's keep going.
Who was Jackson's vice president.
Now I'm going to tell you about this dream I had. All right, in this dream, I seen Trump sitting in a room with a whole bunch of Jakes. He was by himself, which was odd. I'm like, man, this man is the president. Why is he by himself? Why is he by himself? And so he was sitting at a table. It was like a piano table or something like that, where as though it would be a place of entertainment. And he was by himself. He's the only white man in this place. You had all these Jakes, and they was trying to get to him, but they couldn't. And he looked at me. He said, yeah, I'm gonna make America great again. Because first his back was to me, and it was like he was at a piano table. I didn't hear the piano, but it was like a piano table. He turned around, he looked at me, he said, I'm gonna make America great again. And he said, yeah, like the good old days, from the 1500s to 1970. And I said, well, damn, America didn't exist during the 1500s. You know, I'm like, America is literally about 250 years old. And at first I weren't going to do nothing with the dream, but I couldn't get the numbers to 15th century out of my mind. So I did a little research. You know what he was talking about? Let me show you. This is what he's talking about. During the 1500s, Spanish colonizers wildly enslaved indigenous populations in the Americas, particularly Taino of the Caribbeans, forcing them to work in mines and on plantations, marking a significant period of brutal exploitation and population decline among Native communities. Remember, they used to teach you in school that Native Americans was exterminated and they didn't exist no more. He talking about you brown people, you Northern Kingdom Jakes, to keep asking so-called black people to help you. We keep telling, we ain't got no power. You think I want to see my grandson walk around with papers all the time? And land that technically belonged to his father? No. We don't have no power because the Most High put this man over us. You think I want to see black people being shot out in the street because he said he's going to give police immunity? He's going to tear the fur off you, Jakes. This is what he's talking about when they was trying to exterminate Native Americans. Because America didn't exist in the 1500s. And I'm thinking, damn. The 1500s? I'm saying to myself, and I'm looking at you, didn't exist then. So these Jakes in the room heard him say all that. And they tried to get to him. They was trying to get him. And I kept telling him, I said, you can't. You got to let prophecy play out. And he weren't even afraid at all. He stood there 10 toes down and told all of us to our face. So when he said the Most High put him on a mission, he not playing. When you look at the census, it says 200, a little over 200 million white people in this country. But when you look at the entire, let me show you. I'm gonna stop talking. Let me show you. Now, this was from 2020, saying the white population has declined. They're saying it is 211 million. So who the hell is the other 130 million? Because look at this. So if it's 211 million white people, who the hell is the 130 million? Where they come from? That's a lot of people that they don't know who they is. You know who that is? That's a lot of you black and brown people. He's going to tear the fur off of the 2/3. He's not playing. Remember how they used to barbecue Latinos? They used to eat them. They had books on how to barbecue them. They would play games with your body parts, soccer, all different type of crazy things. But you keep thinking of the Southern Kingdom Jakes. No, that's just the 2/3 and their tomfoolery. Now I'm going to show you why I brought all this up. Because people say he's not related to Andrew Jackson. Check this out. Daniel 12 verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Now we got the knowledge, whereas though we can unravel a lot of this information. Let me show you what I found out. Now Trump go back to the McLeods. Check this out. According to historical records, some members of the McLeod clan from Scotland migrated to Ulster, Ireland, particularly during the 16th and 17th centuries, often changing their surname to McLure to conceal their identity and settling in areas like County Donegal near Londonderry. The migration was often due to fleeing religious persecution and political turmoil in Scotland, becoming part of the larger Scottish Irish population in Ulster. Now, we know that when Ireland and all them places was overcame, you had a bunch of Edomites mingle amongst the actual Irish people. Okay, because he's Nero. Okay? Now let me show you why I'm bringing all this up. Because people say, he's not related to Andrew Jackson. But let me show you this. Remember Ulster? Now listen to this. It say Jackson's early life was marred by loss and hardship, which shaped his worldview and character. He was known for his rebellious nature and fiery temper. Now, a lot of people don't know. He was trying to get rid of you same brown and black people back then. Remember all of the Seminole Wars and all that? I mean, hey, this thing is crazy. Let me show you why I'm bringing this up. Now listen to this. His parents were Scots, Irish colonists. Andrew Jackson and Elizabeth Hutchinson, Presbyterians who had immigrated from Ulster, Ireland. That family tree had crossed lines. You see that? He may be him reincarnated too. Okay? They act the same. And who this man say he going at? He already shown you. He going at you Negroes and you Latinos. So while y'all sitting there arguing with each other, blaming each other, who make the better tacos, who didn't help who better than who, I'm light skinned, I got straight hair, I did this, he coming to cut y'all into pieces. Now I'm gonna show you one more thing else. I'm gonna get before I get that, I'm gonna get a scripture. I'm gonna show you one more thing. They related. Okay? There's no way in the hell that both of their family trees come out of Ulster, Ireland, but people tell you that they never crossed paths. No, it don't work like that. And I bet if I do more research this, I can probably narrow it down. Whereas though, not only did their family trees go back to Ulster, Ireland, I wouldn't be surprised if I can't narrow it down to the exact community in Ulster, Ireland. Let's keep going. This Amos 1 verse 11. Thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger tore perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. This man ain't giving up his wrath. As you can see, he's still talking about Joe Biden. Allegedly, he get ready to go after the courts. Okay, he's going after all the federal bureaucracy. Okay, he's still mad, saying he won the election. He said he never repented to the Most High for anything. You can't tell me that man ain't got the spirit of the devil in him. You never repented for anything? Anything. What kind of mad person would tell you that? Okay? And you seen that clip I just showed you on Andrew Jackson. Hey, they said they almost burned down the White House in that clip? You see that? Nero he burnt down Rome and blamed it on us. keep going. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Bozrah. You see that? This place is going to be engulfed in them nuclear fires. Now I'm going to show you one more thing that I found out. Now check this out. They say the British government forces, including the Clan, Sutherland, Mackay, Ross, and Grant, fought against the Irish Jacobites at the Battle of Aughrim. The Treaty of Limerick ended the war in Ireland. This is something that Malcolm will go into, because you know he real heavy into them studies with these books and stuff. If you don't know the history, you don't know the mystery. Now check this out. The Jacobites were a group of people who fought for the return of the exiled Stuarts to power. And hey, we know that we was removed from power, right? They received support from many sources, including French and Spanish allies, as well as Highland clans. Now, when you go into this, everybody started fighting everybody. Okay? A bunch of confusion and chaos. Jake's getting other Jakes enslaved, a bunch of madness. Okay? They say the battle was fought between the Jacobite army under Charles Edward Stuart and the British government force commanded by the Duke of Cumberland. They got them damn dukes. The reason I'm bringing this up because when you go deep into this, you got the McLeods, the other names, Trump and all his lineage. They go back to a lot of this. Okay, of course they not Jakes, but the point is that it was a lot of fighting and confusion, people turning against each other. Okay, what are you saying now? You're seeing a bunch of confusion. He turning against people. He pulling troops out of the NATO countries. He's siding with Russia. Europe is now saying that America is an adversary. Canada saying that they can't trust the United States no more. Mexico's now talking about changing their constitution to deal with the United States. You're seeing the same thing play over again. And in the midst of this, he said, you know what? He gave me the look. He said, I'm not thinking about none of this. I'm just worried about these Jakes. He's going to buzzsaw these Jakes, as the elder from South Carolina be saying. And it really ain't funny. Okay? This is serious business. But stay prayed up, Jake. I see you again real soon. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.